Hi, I thought I'd jump on today and just give a library update. We have been adding more and more books all the time, and I thought I'd just go ahead and show you guys a few samples. So I'll flip it around and we can show you a few things. So here we have the stacks and stacks of books. Our team has been working nonstop to empty the shelves of our processing area. And then we've got more and more coming in. So the shelves are looking more and more full all the time. We are actually getting ready to move all of these, which are our nonfiction section. We're going to be moving them over here to some brand new shelves that we've just gotten installed. And so we are expanding, and then those are over here will become probably an expansion to our fiction section, as we have another shelf coming. So I wanted to go ahead and just show you guys a couple of things that we've recently added to our catalog that I think you might really enjoy as a family or with your kiddos. And so two of them are really aimed for some of the younger kids. And I'll just read a very short excerpt to give you a kind of an idea about what's in the book. And so this is The Grapes of Wrath. And not The Grapes of Wrath, that's not for littles. The Grapes of Math. So it's a play on words, and it is all about math, and there is some poetry in it. And so he says, flying seeds, when summer days are really hot, a watermelon hits the spot. With every messy, juicy bite, I spit the seeds clear out of sight. Can you count each little seed? Here's a hint that you may need. It's best to pare them slice by slice. Find a sum and add it thrice. So as you can see, it is kind of a math introduction in fun ways, written to poetry, and it's just a great way to enjoy math with your kiddos. And if that's something that you kind of shy away from, this can be a really great opportunity for you to both kind of fall in love with some math concepts together. Another book that I have here comes from the collection of Heroes for Young Readers, and it is this particular one is all about David Livingstone, the missionary and explorer that went to Africa. And so this is just one little part of it. It says, then David heard another noise. A warrior appeared. The man had come to get the girl. Her eyes were full of fear. So David stepped between them and became a human shield. The tribesmen talked to David's guide until they reached a deal. The guide explained, if she returns the beads, she can go free. Though they were used as money, she unwound them willingly. She gave them to the warrior. He left around the bend. The grateful girl returned back home and safely lived with friends. And so the whole book is written in poetry, and it is also a biography about his life. And so it's just a great introduction to famous people. And these, we have the entire collection of these, and they're just such a great addition. My last sample book for you comes from Carry On Mr. Bowditch. And this is a really great one as a read aloud for your family. I read it to my children, and it's probably most appropriate for kids maybe like 8 and up. But that's not to say if you have younger kids, you could still read it and they might still enjoy parts of it as they're kind of playing and listening along. So here's just one little part. The whole premise of this book is it is historical fiction. It takes place around sometime in the 1800s, and it is about the man who figured out how to navigate on a ship using sextants and some of the other current material or tools that they use for sea navigation. And so he was really kind of the father of sea sea navigation. So from a mathematics perspective, that is. On Saturday, Dr. Bentley dropped in at the chandlery. Well, Nat, how are you enjoying Principia? It's Latin, of course, Dr. Bentley smiled. Latin is the language of scholars and scientists. Then they can all read each other's books. A very handy language, isn't it? I suppose it's handy, Nat said, if you know it, but I don't. Dr. Bentley stared. Dear me, I never thought of that. I wondered if I could learn Latin, Nat said. Of course, the very thing. Come see me this evening, Nat. That evening, Dr. Bentley said, Here you are, a grammar, a dictionary, and, by the way, do you know your Bible very well? Yes, sir, but it's in English. Dr. Bentley chuckled. It's in Latin, too, you know. He opened the New Testament in Latin. Think of some passage you know well. Nat repeated the opening verse of the book of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Dr. Bentley showed him the same passage in Latin. In principio et sermo ille et sermo ille erat, apud dem eraticae il sermo Deus. Obviously, the whole thing is not in Latin, but the whole thing is just really encouraging because he starts from nowhere, from a really poor family who can't afford to feed him at all. And they put him as an indentured servant in a boat building company. And so the boat builder, the owner of that company, recognizes that he is far more intelligent than the average young boy. And so he kind of invests in that, and along the journey he comes across more friends who also invest in his future, and then he begins in his sailing career, and the whole thing is just really a great encouragement to children and, well, all of us, because it shows how our lives can be a tapestry of success when we work hard and we treat people well and we have honor and integrity within our lives. And so, again, just all of the books within our library have been vetted and are in the library because they are wonderful, encouraging works. And so we hope that you'll drop in. We do have appointments available if you want to click on the library page and navigate to the set appointment. We would love to meet you and show you all around. We will also have more upcoming open houses at the library, and we hope that you might be able to drop in during those. Have a great day. Bye.